everyone. Good morning. My name is Elena Riley. Thank you very much for joining me this morning on First Alert 6 streaming here at the Alert Center, where I bring you the top 6 headlines every weekday. And today I have, like I said, those 6 stories, so let's get into those with some breaking news that we had this morning on our newscasts and online on our website. All right, to start off, one person is injured after a crash on Interstate 680. This happened, of course, here in Omaha late last night at about 11:30. Omaha police officers responded to this crash on I-680 near Pacific Street. And we spoke with police dispatch. They tell us the initial reports show the victim was taken to the hospital with serious injuries this morning, sadly. Up next, voters in Valley will soon get to decide whether they want to recall the mayor and city council president. So yesterday, we learned the petition received the required number of signatures to put the recall into a vote. And a recall is decided by just a simple majority here. The petition circulator alleges that Mayor Cindy Grove violated open meeting laws and just created an overall hostile work environment, and that City Council President John Batcher prioritized his special interests over his job as a public servant. Douglas County officials say the election will be by mail. It's happening in November for about almost 2,800 registered voters there in Valley. And the signatures needed to recall Grove is 689. The signatures that were approved was 698. Of the 367 signatures needed to recall Batcher, 525 signatures there were approved. All right, so First Alert 6 has learned more on the immigrant detention facility called Husker that is planned for McCook, Nebraska. Red Willow County Sheriff Kevin Darling said he is excited about the facility coming to his county despite some opposition from residents as well as immigrant right groups. Have him here. Where is he at? There he is speaking. He says that while local leaders wait on more details on how this facility will be converted and who will be there exactly, they've formed a unified command. He says they're keeping up communication as well as discussing just how to keep residents safe amid these impending changes. And Darling says he's been told only low-level criminal offenders will be kept at this facility in McCook. He says his deputies will not work directly with ICE, but will assist where they can as well there. And on Wednesday, details were released on a new partnership between ICE and the Nebraska State Patrol for this detention center through the 287G program. A representative of the patrol said that 6 troopers will collaborate with ICE as a secondary duty. This facility can house 200 inmates. They will make room for about 300 detainees, is what officials say, and that the current inmates at the facility will be rehoused at some different facilities in the state. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm hearing Rusty on my, Rusty's coming over my IFB for some reason. Yes. I have IFB studio turned off. Oh, oh my goodness. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. Let's move on to our next story, which is about cemetery thefts here in the metro. So the Council Bluffs Police Department says that officers recovered more than 800 bronze vases that were stolen from grave sites of some local cemeteries. In connection to this theft, there are 4 suspects that were arrested on Wednesday, and there are 4 suspects still at large. This is Kirsten Davenport, Tracy Clan, Patty Vance, and Larry Trusler. They are all from Council Bluffs. And anyone with information on any of these suspects, please call 911 or 712-328-4728. Or to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 712-328-7867 or leave an online tip there. The Council Bluffs Police Department said in a news release yesterday that 554 thefts had occurred at West Lawn Hillcrest Memorial Park Cemetery in Omaha and another 468 at Walnut Hill Cemetery in Council Bluffs. Authorities believe that there are other cemeteries that were hit, and police urge anyone whose loved one's grave has been targeted to please file a police report. Give them as much information as you can. So hopefully they can help you out. They are wanting to help people with this, those that have been impacted by this. My next headline is that emergency crews responded after a car caught on fire yesterday evening. This happened on Interstate 80 here in Omaha. According to the Omaha Police Department, the incident happened just after 7 p.m. yesterday on I-80, just north of I Street. And OPD says in this incident, a man and a woman were driving when they saw a cat was hit by a car. And when they pulled over to help, their vehicle caught fire. Wow. And neither of them, the people in the car, were hurt, is what police say, but sadly the cat died after it was hit. And then lastly, today Nebraska volleyball will open its 2025 season at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. The team has named Bergen Riley, Andy Jackson, and Rebecca Alec as captains for this season. And all three people are preparing for the 2025 ABCA First Serve event, which takes place at 6 p.m. tonight. So all those captains are getting ready for that, of course. And Husker fans, they're hopeful for another successful season after the team made it to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. This happened last year. And the game between Nebraska and Pittsburgh is happening today, will be broadcast on Fox, and then on Sunday afternoon, the team will take on Stanford. Awesome. Alrighty, that is all the top headlines I have for you this morning. Thank you very much for joining me. Everyone have a great start to your Friday, and thank you for getting your morning started with me, as well as everyone here at First Alert 6. So thank you.